What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Honey, this is for season 6. I will have the episode number in the description. So let's get off into it, honey. Okay, honey, so we pick up where we left off, with Kimmy and Kiowa. They are having a conversation about Kiawah letting it be perpetuated in the media that Kimmy was a side chick. I'm going to say this. Kiawah, I didn't like it when you said to Kimmy, sorry, you feel that way. That's not an apology. I hate when people say that. In my opinion, that is being very dismissive, oh, well, and then at the table, you kept saying, I can't control, what other people do. And, girl, we know that. But you were on a live with Mark, and Mark let it be known also that Kimmy and Maurice knew each other before you all were divorced, right? They were introduced. And you don't like that your sister-in-law introduced them. Your anger really should be with her. It shouldn't be with Kimmy. And another thing I had to remember is we wouldn't even be talking about any of this if this wasn't for Mr. Potato Salad Face. Okay, Mr. Maurice. Kiawah and Kimmy was actually in a good place, but he wanted to go back down memory lane. And what I need to hear next from Kiawah is that Maurice led you on. He was still screwing you. That's why you thought that there was hope for y'all marriage. That's what I need to hear next. But as of right now, you went right back to who you was before Kiawah, which is playing with our intelligence with the, well, I don't know, and, I didn't even know you felt like that. Who the hell would like to be called a side chick on social media, let alone on the show? When they was out in Vegas, that's what MARSAU and Martell was teasing her about. So I'm pretty sure you watched the show. You are familiar. I felt like she was playing at that table. And I was like, I've been liking Kiawah, but I didn't like that at all. Own your shit. And when you try to rewrite history, Kiawah, that's gaslighting 101. You are making us question and doubt ourselves. And if you're doing it with the audience, I know you're doing it to Kimmy. And she didn't appreciate it because she like, bitch, you know what you did. And Kiawah liked that Kimmy was being called a side chick. She liked that. She's not going to admit to that. And she go play dumb to that. But she kind of liked that. That kind of gave her some type of closure, some sense of satisfaction. Like, well, if they feel like she's a homewrecker, then, people won't think that, she's Little Miss Perfect. I really do get that from Kiawah, you guys. Kimmy also said, with some of the implications you made, when Kimmy said that you implied that she was a side chick, she was talking about that live you did with Mark. And I noticed, Kiawah, you didn't talk about that. Okay, but you may have not been out here doing interviews with fans of the show, but you was on a live with Maurice's brother, and y'all both, in y'all own way, was calling Kimmy out for being a side chick. Period. So this whole, well, I don't know why people running with that narrative. Well, I don't know. I don't know why they would feel like that. So, sis, I need for you to get down to the reunion and tell us all that you and Mellow Yellow was still sleeping together. That's what I need to hear next. But as of now, it just looked like he's the one that moved away. He the one that asked for the divorce. And you got mad about who he moved on with. Now, I'm going to say this. If she still loved him, it don't matter who he moved on with. It just so happens to have been Kimmi, but she would have been mad anyways. That's the vibe I'm getting from her. So I need more about all of that, and I need more about why you cheated. You know, why did y'all marriage fail? Was it just, you know, the cheating situation? I just need more information about Maurice and Kiawah when they were married. That way I can make the proper judgments. Okay? Kimmi also mentioned to Kiawah all of this stuff about her being a side chick. It really affected Jalen. She doesn't want her son to think that that type of behavior is okay, that she glorifies that type of behavior of being a side chick that broke up a marriage. Yeah, you get a bad reputation. You're supposed to, right? Ariana Curry, you're supposed to get a bad reputation when you are a side chick. So Kimmi didn't want that because Kimmi feels like that's not what happened. So that's how I see that. Kimmi also mentioned that Maurice was mainly concerned about Monster. He wanted Monster to know the truth about this. But my whole thing is, if Maurice cared about this situation, period, he should be the main one speaking out. I've seen him put up posts on social media, saying the timeline of his divorce and when he met Kimmi. I think I've seen that, but I've never heard him get on this show and be like, well, Kimmi wasn't no side chick and she didn't, do this or that or, so y'all let me know if that's wrong, honey, up in them comments, but I haven't seen him visibly speak on it on the show. Okay. So Kimmi accepts Kiawah's half-ass apology. She says, honey, that's as good as we go get today. Yeah, because you're dealing with somebody that took it back to the season 1 reunion where she was, what did I say to you? What did I do to you? And then y'all remember Kimmi was blowing up. That type of behavior, you guys, Kimmi is better than me. I probably would have went the hell off. Bitch, what do you mean? You know what you said. You know what you did. Stop playing with my intelligence. Stop playing in my face. So, Kiawah girl, I thought you have grown and moved on. You claim you have. You claim, you know better now. Not to think certain things, not to say certain things, but I don't know, sis. That's not what you was giving, honey, in the scene. You took it back to season 1 for me. So next, honey, we got Stormi and we got Melody. They meet up. The people was dragging Stormi, honey, on social media about showing up in a Rolls Royce and, she trying to stunt and child, I don't know. That's what the people was doing, honey. They was dragging Miss Stormi because they felt like she was trying to put on a show, honey, for Melody. Melody know this girl got money. Melody got money too. Monkey see, monkey do. Okay. What's good for the goose, honey, is good for the gander. Okay, but Stormi comes in, honey, in her all white. I love Stormi's hair and makeup and her outfit. I feel like she's looking more like a reality star instead of some hood booger, honey, down the street. Okay, you are a businesswoman. Okay. Stormy, somebody may recognize you. You remember what Martin said when he was out looking for a job? I can't work at any job. I can't just be out in these streets looking any kind of way. Somebody may recognize me. Shout out to Martin, honey, the best comedian to ever do it. Martin Lawrence, honey. So Stormy says she wanted to have a conversation today with Melody to see where they stand. Melody shows up. I thought that Melody looked good, but honey, the people in the Facebook group, the Love and Marriage Huntsville group, was dragging her in her wig and breaking it down, putting it in lowest terms. I'm like, won't y'all find something to do, okay? The woman looked good. What's the problem, okay? Hey, how are you? I'm good. Melody is so funny. I'm agreeing to meet Stormy today because, I'm all about having effective communication within this group. So Stormy says, honey, well, it goes down in the DM, right? And Melody said, yes, bitch, it does. Okay, I told you it does. That's all you had to do before is DM me. Okay, because Stormy, you was acting like you was above reaching out to her, honey, in the DMs. I really appreciate you, Stormy, for inviting me out. I look forward to us, just clearing up, any, miscommunication issues we may have had in the past. So Stormy asks Melody how she's doing with the court stuff with Hook-Headed, and Melody said, all is well. She's doing good. Of course, honey, she ain't gonna tell her the real truth because Stormy ain't her real friend, okay? I'm good, Stormy. I mean, absolutely. Like God said, go, girl. So Stormy starts off, honey, going down the wrong road. She says to Melody, I think sometimes, you want to avoid the harder conversations because it's easier to shut it down rather than go through it. And Melody looking at her like, bitch, say what? Say who? Nigga, say what? I don't know how you think I'm trying to avoid hard conversations, Stormy, when I'm the one that invited you to my etiquette brunch. And based upon a tea party, your mom, Miss Betty, she shared, how she felt about me. Did you even know that, she felt so strongly about me? And then Stormy, honey, gets to giving her these excuses for her evil ass mammy. Okay, Respucia 2.0, honey. I can't control my mama. I was like, come on, latishascott. Come on, Candy Burris. Okay, these heifers always making excuses for they toxic ass mammies. Okay, I can't control who she like. First off, bitch, Stormy, you were messy for bringing your mother to Melody's etiquette brunch, that tea party y'all had in the first place. She shouldn't have been there. Okay? She had been watching Melody on the show, and she was fanning out. Okay? Like, how the hell you have so much hate for somebody you don't even know? Oh, you must secretly worship them. That's what I take it as. But yeah, she has some real strong feelings for Melody, for somebody that, wasn't really around her like that. Or, it's like, girl. And here goes Stormy. Well, she just knew you from TV. See, knowing people off of TV and in real life, those are two different things. So Stormy had cut Melody off. I see, that's that shit I'm talking about. You did the same shit at the tea party. When you gonna let her speak? Okay? Melody was like, wait a minute now. Okay, I was getting there. Okay, I was trying to make my point. I didn't like when Stormy began saying that people have to do something worthy enough to break her mom's wall down. That way her mother can think differently of them. Who the hell is she? Okay? Who the hell is your mother? Ain't nobody got to prove nothing to her. Don't nobody got to impress her. Okay? Yeah, because she didn't like my husband when she first met him. She didn't like her sister. She don't like all these people. Friends of yours, she don't like them. Because she wants you all to herself. That's toxic. Okay? And it's giving off narcissistic mother. And you go take it as, oh, she just loved me or I'm her only child. No, y'all got a facade going on. Whenever your mother doesn't want to share you with other people, that's a problem. Melody says she doesn't feel like Stormi agrees with what her mother, has to say about her. And I'm like, girl, there has to be some type of agreement with it. She brought her to that tea party to speak on her behalf. So, Melody, girl, you need to keep your good eye on Stormi. Okay? Behavior reflects intentions. Okay?
And after dealing with TISHA and her mother, I ain't got time, for the drama with other people's mothers having negative opinions about me. Like, I'm not with that.
Stormi also mentioned how Melody, be changing her number. So she be changing her number for no damn reason. Okay, you see her crazy narcissistic ex-husband clowning and acting a fool, taking her back and forth to court. I just love how Stormi likes to turn a blind eye to that. She also mentioned how Melody be acting passive aggressive. She be acting like stuff is cool with them when, in reality, it's not. Stormi feels like the conversation with Mel went good, and now, things don't have to be awkward between the two of them anymore. So next, honey, we got MARSAU and TISHA. They are looking at the venue where they will be having the BLAQUE Expo. TISHA says she invited the comeback group, honey, to look at the venue.
This whole thing right here is about the comeback group initiative and the people that's a part of it. We all for giving back to the community. I made the executive decision to go ahead and lock in, the venue. I'm hoping that everybody like the venue that I picked out and they can really get in the spirit in what we doing.
So Kimmi is the first to arrive, honey. She got a long green coat on, honey. Okay. I love the color of it. We see Hook-headed. He the next to come. Okay, to arrive. What the hell is wrong with his face? You already ain't cute. Okay, you done been around that damn Ooga Booga too damn long, honey. She's starting to cost you your goddamn looks. Or the little bit, honey, that you got left over, honey, with your Ninja Turtle looking ass. Okay? Oh, blockhead ass nigga. So TISHA gets to telling Kimmi and MARSAU,
I want to have like tables around and that way the vendors, they know where to set up. I just want everything like really organized.
Martell, just like Smokey told Red on Friday, put your glasses back on, man. Put them damn glasses on. Okay, keep them on. Super glue them mugs to your face. Okay, I was like, what the hell? Normally, he look a little bit better than that. Him and Sheree, honey, they just messing up their face, honey. Okay? I wonder if they still over there working out together, honey, getting buff. Okay?
I got a little update for the rest of the group, and that's that Mel had decided not to be a part of it, but Courtney and Stormi had decided to step in, and help out with the BLAQUE Expo. It's Expo, girl. She just kept saying Expo. I was like, girl, you don't even be trying, TISHA. Okay? You don't even be trying, girl.
So hook-headed, his whole ass, okay? Always thinking about some cootie cat. Okay? He get to checking TISHA out. Oh, I see somebody been in the weight room. You see all that ass up in them jeans. Okay, that's what you see. MARSAU was like, man, stop looking at my wife. He'll be after her next, honey. Okay? So TISHA shows the people, honey, the flyer, and it is the Black Business Expo, and it's a comeback group initiative. That's what the hell it should have said in the first place. She wasn't trying to make it the comeback group initiative. BLAQUE was supposed to be sponsoring every damn thing, okay? Her and MARSAU was getting ready, honey, to take all the credit. Okay, for everything until Kimmy and Maurice spoke up, honey, okay? So TISHA tells everybody, you know, what Mel told her, and TISHA says,
well, I had met up with Mel, and she feel like she can't be a part of the Black Expo because, you know, for years, you know, she didn't have issues with people in the group, and then she didn't really want to have to deal with Martell, and we see his ass damn near having a heart attack because he hear his damn name. Okay, now TISHA just told these people, right, it ain't about, you know, Martell. She never specified, you know, that was the reason why, you know, she didn't want to participate. It was just, you know, all the issues that she has had with the group, i.e. TISHA and Miss Wanda, you know, and all of them, you know, over the years, you know, she just didn't feel comfortable with doing that. Here go hook-headed. Well, I feel like, you know, that ain't a good enough reason, you know, to participate, you know, like all that stuff we got going on in court, you know, that's in court. I'm still able to participate, you know, I don't mind, you know. TISHA even said that Mel has said that she didn't want this to be about her not participating in the Black Expo. She still wishes them well, and she still wants them to do it. I think she's even going to make an appearance from what I seen, you know, with the previews. So did y'all notice how this narcissist chose to make that whole moment about him? Pay attention to that. Okay, he ignored everything TISHA was saying, and TISHA, she did chip in and say, well, no, it ain't just because of you. Child. Hook-headed takes to his confessional and says, I can always, you know, put my feelings to the side. You know, of course, you don't mind doing that. Okay? You don't mind doing that because Melody don't be bothering you, nigga. She don't be harassing you. You be harassing her. Do y'all notice that with people, the people that do you the worst? Oh, I'm over it. Oh, I don't hold grudges. I bet you don't. Shit, because motherfucker, I didn't do you wrong. You stay doing me wrong. Okay, make it make sense. I said, this bastard, honey, ooh, child. Miss Marlene, girl, you should have swallowed that nigga on that one fateful night, honey. You should have swallowed that. Okay? Ugh. Y'all stop giving birth, honey, to these degenerates, honey. I cannot. Maurice Martin Luther King Scott, he gets to talking about what the comeback group meant to him and how MARSAU and Mel had to kind of talk him into it because, you know, he wasn't always for it. Maurice says he's disappointed that Mel is not going to participate in the Black Expo. Nigga, get over it, okay? You ain't running nothing up over here. You done already created division between Kiawah and Kimmy and Monster, okay? Like, child, you got your own problems, okay? I didn't understand why he all up in his chest about Mel not doing it, okay? Like, if you are really there to participate in the Black Expo for the right reasons, if you have the right spirit, nigga, then what's the problem? Okay? You just want to try to use Mel as a scapegoat for you to get out of participating. Get over it. So Stormi and Courtney, they arrive at the venue.
TISHA announces, that they are going to be a part of the Black Expo. Stormi says, I love doing stuff like this. Everybody, kind of smiled like, okay, she's a team player. She got the right attitude. TISHA hugs her. Hook had to get to saying, oh, she's Mel's replacement. I was like, you are so obsessed with Mel. If you don't get your ass out of, ooh, child. Stormi was checking out TISHA, honey, in her jeans while she was walking. She was like, damn, it's kind of hard to concentrate, TISHA. The jeans was doing what they needed to do, honey, okay? All that ass up in them jeans, honey, okay? TISHA said, honey, she been working out. Next, honey, we got Monster whooping Maurice in a game of basketball, honey. I was like, child... You talk all that shit, Maurice, and your ass ain't got no game, okay? Monster was tearing his ass up. No wonder the boy don't take your ass serious, okay? You a joke. So anyways, Maurice tells Monster how him and MARSAU used to have like multiple jobs coming up, and Maurice realizes that this whole time he has been expecting Monster to be him, and he can't have unrealistic expectations of him because they did not grow up the same way. I was like, finally, nigga. Okay, finally the truth starts sinking into you. Okay. Maurice also tells Monster he wants him to speak up more and to let him know, if I'm ever saying or doing something that you don't like, check me on it, And I'm just like, child, of course he don't open up to you because you don't talk to him in the right way. So all of this, it sounds nice. Okay, Maurice, it sounds nice. Scott, it sounds real good, but what about your follow through? Because you love to talk a good game, right? So honey, we shall see with his parenting. Okay, but Maurice finally tells Monster that, he needs to help out more around the house with his chores. Monster says, well, that's a given now that my phone gets taken away. Yeah, your ass need a consequence. It really shouldn't have took all of that. But people actually, especially children, they respect consequences, whether they want to admit that or not. Monster also mentioned that he's sick of being lectured by Maurice. He says it gets boring after a while. Child was cracking up. Monster spoke up and said, honey, once we done with this game, well, he ain't say honey, but he said, once we done with the game, Dad, I want to go get some food, like, out to eat, okay? We ain't trying to make these little homemade sandwiches, honey, up at the house. I want to go out to eat, okay? And then Maurice got to saying he need to play him again. Why this boy got to keep whooping your ass in basketball, honey? Okay, like, take the ass whooping and just move on, Maurice. Okay? Damn. You ain't gonna whoop Monster. Oh, and I also really like that Monster says that he's still getting to know himself. As, all teenagers are. And for like Maurice not to understand that really irritated me. So I was like, child, you just need to be more patient with your son and stop making all these unrealistic demands. In my opinion, Maurice parents like a narcissist. He sees his son as an extension of himself and not as his own individual person. So next, honey, we got Courtney and his mom. Courtney actually broke down in the scene. I really love that, you guys. I really love that he showed his emotions and just let it all out. I really love their relationship. Courtney talks to his mom about, Stormi wanting to have another baby, and he still, is hesitant to give her that because he has some childhood trauma issues with his father not being around, and he watched his mother struggled to be a single parent, and he doesn't want that for, him or Stormy. He wants them to be together and raise their son together. And I was like, honey, that is a beautiful thing, honey. Okay. Courtney got emotional when talking about playing basketball and how his father was never at his games. He was never there to help him tie a tie, change a tire. He was just really, emotional about that. And, I could relate to that, even though I'm a woman. When your father isn't in your life, it makes you kind of question and doubt yourself. Like, damn, was I not good enough for him to stick around? Like, what did I do, to deserve your absence? I ended up getting closer, though, with my dad once I graduated high school. I still would go by his house in elementary, junior high to visit him. But we actually got closer and we began walking the park together. We loved walking. My dad, honey, would try to race me. Y'all would have loved my father. Y'all would have laughed at everything he said. He was real country, real no nonsense. My mother, real no nonsense too. But yeah, he was very funny. So rest in peace to my dad. Courtney's mother also really touched me with how she spoke on being a single parent and how hard it was, and, just trying to make ends meet as a single parent. And she actually at one point had to choose between deciding to buy medicine over going to work. I was like, girl, we done all been there. And, I just really, felt for her and, kind of felt for myself and any other single parent, because people kind of glorify being a single parent, and it's really a lot of hard work. My life, though, it's very peaceful. So, honey, I do like that part of it. But, sometimes it can be a struggle because you feel like, damn, am I doing enough? Or, it's only one person doing everything. You just don't want your child to feel the way that you felt as a kid. Because when children feel abandoned and neglected by either one of their parents, the mother or the father, that creates issues for them in the future. And sometimes they don't make the right decisions when picking out a mate. Yes, all of that, honey, is connected. So I just really love the conversation that they had about that, because I felt like it was just, so real. We all can relate to that. I also love that Courtney's mom checked him about being dismissive of Stormy wanting another baby. I love that, she saw it from Stormy's viewpoint. Like, well, don't just dismiss her feelings. Open up and talk to her about why you are hesitant to have another child. She doesn't really know how you really feel and all the pain you went through with not having your father. Because Courtney did say to Stormy, I don't want my kids to be, fighting over us, or, he wants the child to have both parents. And he feel like when you have multiple kids, everybody don't get that time, love, and attention. And he kind of right with that. Because when people have multiple children, sometimes they don't divide, their time and attention, appropriately to each child. Maybe one child gets more, one child gets left out. Like, we saw that with Giselle Bryant, honey, and her daughters, right? One of the girls thought that Giselle was favoring the one over them. I think it was one of the twins, but y'all see what I'm saying. So next, honey, we got Stormy setting up at the BLAQUE Expo. Honey, Stormy then took over everything. She got balloons everywhere. We got TISHA complaining. Stormy then took over the whole corner. At least 2 or 3 other vendors could have took that spot. It's child. Y'all asked her at the last minute, honey, to be a part of it. So it is what it is, honey. Y'all gonna have to make it work. But Stormi, honey, is worried about Courtney getting the Canvas Beauty orders to New York in time. She's telling his mom this. Then she mentioned that, she wanted to leave the BLAQUE Expo to make sure, Courtney, get to New York in time. And Courtney's mother was like, girl, he go come through. He go handle it. Just calm down. And I'm just like, Stormi, why did you even agree to do this if you go be all worried? Okay, like either worry or go help your man. I mean, you didn't have to do this. You claim you wanted to be a part of this. So I felt like that was a bit weird. Like you agreed to do this. Now you trying to back up out of it. Okay. But Stormi also mentioned that if they don't drop orders off by a certain time, that they can get penalized by the retailers. So, okay. So I see why she was worried about that. So next, honey, we got MARSAU. He is there and trying to look at everything, coming together, honey, at the Black Expo. He complains about $300 balloons. He's worried about the vendors. Why have they not arrived? And TISHA, lets him know they're coming.
Learning that so many people wanted to be a part of this Black Business Expo, like that really touched my heart that so many people wanted to give back to the community, but I'm worried that we gonna run out of space.
So we see TISHA kind of talking to her little assistant, honey, because I guess the assistant was telling everybody they could be a part of it. That's why they asked running up out of room. And TISHA was like, well, you should have told some people no, because that way they could be excited for it next year. MARSAU gets to complaining about the projectors and the screen. Why do we have 2 projectors and only 1 screen? And what's going on? He's frantic. Now, this how I know these damn Scots, honey, are scam artists, are crooks. Okay, you got MARSAU talking to TISHA about charging, the vendors $100. And then TISHA was like, well, chocolate in a bottle didn't have to pay for a spot. Chocolate in a bottle has paid for a lot of this. You supposed to be sponsoring the damn event. TISHA was just like, well, we offer, we ask people to donate, but that's only if they want to. They could do sponsorships. But, we never told anybody that was mandatory. So now this nigga, he doing what most niggas do, which is switch up shit at the last minute because he all nervous and shit. He ain't gonna make no profit. The shit was a bad idea from jump. Okay, Melody told y'all you wasn't organized. Okay, she the one that told y'all to get some damn sponsorships. Okay, y'all didn't even have that part figured out. So MARSAU asked TISHA to talk to Stormi about this last minute $100 he need for a vendor spot because he see, she's taking up a lot of the room. So TISHA was like, I'm not about to ask her for no money at the last minute. I never brought that up to her. I ain't about to do that now. And I'm so glad TISHA told his stupid ass no. So MARSAU take his big toenail head self on over to Stormi, asking for the $100. And Stormi was like, what you talking about? That's not what's up. Ain't nobody told me nothing about no money. I love how she say nothing. I love how Stormi called MARSAU out for not even mentioning that in the meeting. That's what niggas do. All this little last minute first floor shit, honey. I know. Because I done did some stuff with some niggas, honey. And child, they tried to switch stuff up on Miss Robinson. And I don't play that, okay? Child, that damn MARSAU is a shade tree businessman. Stormi called his ass low vibrational, honey. I damn near fell out. I was like, come on, girl. She said, this is really low vibrational of you. And then he got to going back and forth with her, talking about it's low vibrational of her not to pay. Child. Stormi, honey, took to her confessional and was like, oh, I see why they approached me to help them out with their event at the last minute. They wanted me to provide value to their event. I was like, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. That's what they was trying to do with Mel, okay? They was trying to use her, but she had enough sense to say, God said go, girl. No, more like, God said no, girl. God said no, not go. Child, Stormi get to saying she ain't doing no business with MARSAU in the future. I was like, ain't him and Courtney business partners? Ain't they doing some real estate? MARSAU's supposed to help Courtney, you know, to learn how to sell it and, you know, all that type of stuff. So, child, you done burnt your dirty drawers. You done tore your dirty drawers. Okay, with Courtney and Stormi, MARSAU, are you happy? Yes, honey, Marcus, darling, Melody's brother is gonna be on the next episode, and honey, I am here for it. He gonna get hook-headed together, honey. But anyways, honey, that's all I got to say. Okay, that's all I got to say about all of this. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.